Righteous Felon Craft Jerky is the official jerky of BellyUpSports. For over a decade, Righteous Felon Craft Jerky has led the American meat snack revolution by concocting delicious, adventurous, U.S.-sourced jerky recipes for uncompromising carnivores across the country. With 15 different flavors to choose from, Righteous Felon has all jerky lovers covered, and by using promo code BELLYUP, you will get 15% off your purchase at RighteousFelon.com. Do your taste buds a favor today and rip into a bag of Righteous Felon jerky.
Before I get into this, I'll say, I guess I'll just let it be known my thoughts. This will be the only time you ever hear me speak on any of this material. I don't care if you're a Republican. I don't care if you're a Democrat. You support who you support. Period. I don't judge people off of who they believe. I don't on who they voted for, nor for their beliefs. If you are my friend, you are my friend. Not because of your political views, not because we view things similarly. It's because we have just some genuine connection that I immediately said, hey, you're my friend. And no matter what, you're always going to be my friend. We can always disagree. That's what makes us human. But I will never, ever tell you you're no longer my friend over a political view. We can agree to disagree. Now, if you don't like that that's how I feel, then I apologize, but that hurts me. That if I can look past that, but you can't, and you're willing to lose a friendship over that. And maybe that's one way of me finding out who my real friends are. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to tell you guys who I voted for. I refuse to tell anybody that information because that's a person. Once again, now it seems that no one is capable of being able to be human and grown up and just being accepting that that's who someone voted for. The results of the presidential election are the results of the presidential election. That's it. That's it. All right. Do I care who won? Not really. Am I mad that the country have voted who they voted for? No. Would I have been mad if he wasn't voted for? No. Because at the end of the day, that's who the country voted for. Whether it would have been, the Cheeto Puff or Kamala. That's who the nation voted for. I will respect the vote, and we'll move on from there. However our world goes, but the reason why I say I don't care is because at the end of the day, I still got to go to work. I still got to pay my bills. I still got to take care of my family. And whoever is the president of the United States isn't going to change that for me. It never had, and it never will. So that's how I feel. Once again, if you're someone that matters, who was voted in, and you guys aren't happy with the result, I'm sorry. But at the end of the day, that's the result. But all right. So Christian Pulisic, during the international break, when they played against Jamaica, when they were actually here in the U.S., Christian Pulisic scored a goal, and when his celebration to score the goal was the quote-unquote Trump dance. And if you guys aren't familiar with the Trump dance, it's just basically like a weird motion of the hands. It's like an old man dance. It's literally what it is. But obviously Donald Trump did it, and it became sort of like a social media phenomenon, I guess would be the word to use, the phrase to use. And as a matter of fact, that celebration has been done across sports, from Brock Bowers of the Las Vegas Raiders to John Jones of the UFC. But Christian Pulisic goes ahead and does the goal celebration, and an uproar happened. Everyone is, well, I'm not gonna say everybody. Some people thought it was funny. I thought it was funny. Some people thought it was inappropriate. Some people think it is not appropriate for Christian Pulisic to replicate a dance done by the President of the United States, Donald Trump. And once again, it goes back to people. I think, obviously, if you found it funny, you probably more than likely voted for him, or you don't care, like me. And if you don't like it, it's probably because you don't like the Cheeto Puff. So, and obviously people have made the argument like, well, Megan Rapinoe, she's been very active, in politics, sharing her political views for a long time. And everyone says, oh, that's different. You're right. It is different. Because she was speaking on things that mattered to you. That's why. That's why you're not mad when she does it. I've never seen anybody on the other side. I'm sure some people don't like her. Respectively, I'm sure people don't like her. I'm sure for a fact that there's some people on the right that don't like her. But just like there's people on the left that don't like Christian Pulisic now because he did the dance. And it's just a dance. Tim Howard, he said something. He actually spoke on it. On the Christian Pulisic dance. Yeah, I should have probably got this quote, but he actually condemned Christian Pulisic. Well, he said he had some things to do. All right, so here's the quote. Well, obviously that's the Trump dance. It was just a dance that everyone's doing. He's the one who created it. I just thought, okay, well, this is actually from Christian Pulisic. This is a quote from Christian Pulisic. Well, obviously it's the Trump dance. It was just a dance that everyone's doing. He's one that created it. I just thought it was funny. I saw everyone doing it yesterday in the NFL. I saw John Jones do it. We're just having a bit of fun. So I thought it'd be a pretty funny dance. So then the press ended up asking if he endorsed Trump. He's like, no, not at all. It's not a political dance. It was just for fun. Saw a bunch of people do it. I thought it was funny, so I enjoyed it. I hope some people did at least. The thing is like, all right, does anyone think John Jones is a Trump supporter? Does anybody think Brock Bowers is a Trump supporter? I don't know. I don't think anybody really knows unless people know those guys personally, if they voted for Donald Trump or not, but they did the celebration. They probably saw him do the dance. They thought it was funny and decided that I'm going to do that if I have a good moment. And I think the same thing happens. It's just the trend. It's the same thing as Tebowing. It's the same thing as, doing the nay-nay. Like, it's just like you saw it, like, oh, that's kind of cool. I'm going to do that whenever I make a big play or something. So, like I said, I don't think it's political. I just think it's just the trend. It's the trend. That's all it is. It's a trend that people decide to do. It just so happens that it's a person that people are very conflicted with. You either like Donald Trump or you hate him. There's like really no in between unless you're talking to me, because I frankly don't care. I don't care. I don't care that he's president. I don't care who he is. All I know is that he is now the U.S. president. Whether I agree or not, he's the president of the United States for the next 4 years. And that's it. That's how you accept it and you move on. Because once again, at the end of the day, I got to pay my bills. I got to go to work. I got to take care of myself and my family. That's what I care about. And Donald Trump isn't going to do that for me. So that's why I'm saying that. But once again. But all right. Here's what Tim Howard. Here's my personal view. Doing a dance that mimics Donald Trump is stupid. Why? Because whether it's the president of the United States or my neighbor down the street, I would never back someone who I believe is racist. I wouldn't glorify that. I wouldn't do it for anything. If someone feels strongly the other way, no problem. But if you're going to make a political statement, then be bold and brash enough to stand behind it. Don't go quiet and don't plead innocence like Christian Pulisic. Oh my God, dude. I don't think it's a political statement. I don't. I don't think it's political. It's just a trend. It's just a dance. I've seen if you, I'm sure if you swipe through TikTok or anything, you're gonna see people doing the dance. Like it's not a matter if I'm Republican or not, like Republican or Democratic or whatever party you choose to vote for. You're that doesn't. It's just a trend. It's just a new trend thing that everyone does now. And I think this goes back to like we kind of stop making celebrities public figures, political figures. Not everybody that's on a TV needs to have a political view, or do I care to hear their political view? I don't care who Christian Pulisic voted for. I don't care who John Jones voted for. I don't care who Brock. I don't care who Tim Howard voted for. I just don't. I frankly don't care. We have to stop making celebrities, influencers, whatever. Stop trying to make them as political figures because they're not. They're just not. Okay? And maybe some may argue that Donald Trump is technically a celebrity, but I don't really view him that way. He just had a reality show and was on Home Alone 2 and some other TV shows, but I don't view him as a celebrity. I always just viewed him as some businessman, had some failed ventures, he's your typical entrepreneur. Some things work, sometimes some things didn't. But you know, he's the president. At the end of the day, there's no changing it. That guy's your president, whether you like it or not. But my problem is that stop looking at celebrities, athletes, stop looking at them and expecting to hear something political, or I don't care for their political view. I just don't. I don't want like I've always said, like, if you have a firm belief in something, then speak on it. I'm fine with that. I don't, but I'm fine with Megan Rapinoe using her voice, and I mean, honestly, like I said, my criteria, and this is just my criteria. It's not me saying that this is how everyone has to be, but if you're gonna make a statement, whether it's political or on some sort of topic, sound like you know what you're talking about. I may not know because maybe I'm not familiar with what's the issue. Sound like you know what you're talking about and stand firm on it. And I think that's what Megan Rapinoe did. That's why I respect Megan Rapinoe. I may not agree to her views, but I respect that she's able to speak on it and sound like and I feel like she sounds like she knows what she's talking about. Christian Pulisic is just a kid. I mean, okay, like how old is he? Like 25, 26? Like, I mean, let me see. Let's see how old Christian Pulisic is. Christian Pulisic, he's 26 years old. Like, I don't care what a 26 year, and I'm 32, so I'm not any, I'm 6 years older than Christian Pulisic. But I don't care about, like, once again, this goes back to athletes. I just don't care about their views on political issues. They're not, their job isn't to be familiar with political issues. Their job is to play a game. And that may sound disrespectful. This isn't me saying shut up and dribble. That's not that. I'm just saying that if I'm watching a game and I see Christian Pulisic doing the Trump dance, my thoughts aren't, oh, he's a Trump supporter. No, it's just, oh, he's doing the Trump dance. Literally, that's all I took from that. I didn't think of anything else. I didn't think of anything less. I just thought this guy was doing a dance that has gotten trendy. That's all I thought, because I frankly, once again, I don't care about political views. I don't care who you voted for. I can give a rat's ass who you voted for. I don't care if you're not happy with who got voted in. I don't, because at the end of the day, life goes on. You still got to work. You still got to pay your bills. You still got to take care of yourself. That's what matters. Whoever has to sit in the White House isn't going to change that part of your life. You still got to do what you got to do to survive. And that's my point. And that's why I don't care of what celebrities or what athletes or as far as political nature goes. Like, I think it's cool for people to speak on issues. Once again, for me, they have to sound like the reason why I say for me, I need, not that I need, for me, I just hope that they're able to stand on what they're talking about, because obviously, especially with the media, like any chance they get to make you look like an idiot, they'll do it. And that's why I say, like, be informative. Know how if you're going to talk about this issue, sound like you know what you're talking about, because once again, media is going to come at you. Similar to what happened with Colin Kaepernick, right? Because media kept asking him the same question over and over again about why he took a knee during the national anthem of what was the gain for it? And he kept saying of the racial abuse that, African Americans deal with the police. That's what he spoke on. And depending on how you feel, maybe you felt that he wasn't very well informed. Maybe you felt that he wasn't informed enough. But once again, they kept harping at him. They kept trying to catch him slipping, So that's what I mean by it. But like athletes, I don't care if you voted for Trump. I don't care if you voted for Kamala. I don't care. Because your job isn't to speak on political matters. Your job is to play a game, which is a great job. Nothing against that job. If there's a issue that you love, you're passionate about, and you want to speak about it, and you want to be the spokesperson for it, that's great too. But I'm saying that I am not looking at Christian Pulisic for his political opinion. I don't support Christian Pulisic because of his political views. I support Christian Pulisic because I feel like he is finally could potentially become a world-class player in the U.S. soccer sphere. That's where I like him for. I don't care about what he does in his personal life. I care about Christian Pulisic, the soccer player. That's what I care about. He could be a great guy. He could be a terrible human being. I don't know. I never met the guy. I just love how he plays on the field. That's what matters to me. Not that he did a dance. And once again, when I saw him do the dance, I just thought, oh, he's doing the trendy dance thing, like the new trendy dance to do when you make a big play. That's what I took from him. So it's like the countless times people did the nay, people did, the gritty, which Christian Pulisic did the gritty. Once again, it's just the trend. If anything, that just perfectly sums up Christian Pulisic. The gritty was very popular, not that long ago. Christian Pulisic was doing the gritty. Now everyone's doing the Donald Trump dance. Christian Pulisic did the Donald Trump dance. He's just doing what's trendy. He's American. It's American culture, right? Like, I'm talking about an NFL player, a UFC fighter. They're Americans, right? They're doing an American trend. So American is gonna do. That's like when Charles Davies did the stanky leg. It's just the trendy thing. It's just what's trending. That's why they did it. Doesn't have to be political. Stop trying to make celebrities and athletes political figures. Just stop. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. I'm sorry, it isn't. Ugh. All right, that's my TED Talk.